Welcome to LB Insights, a conversation about buildings and the people who design, build, own, and operate them, where Team LB discusses industry happenings and provides insights from the 400 plus subject matter experts that make up our ESOP. In this episode, we'll hear from the leaders of our newly acquired company, Studio NYL, alongside Jeff Marsh, Executive Vice President. Thanks for tuning in.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Marsh, Executive Vice President, Lerch. I am excited to be your host of LB Insights. I'm joined here today by Chris O'Hara, Julian, the founding principals of Studio NYL. We are here to talk to you about Studio NYL, Lerch Banks, and the creation of Studio LB. Studio LB is the culmination of years of service, multidiscipline service to architecture, with Studio NYL being the missing component to help us bring this offering together as one team, Studio LB. Chris, why don't you tell us a little bit about how Studio NYL started?
Well, first, Julian and I both gravitated to Colorado for lifestyle, family. It's pretty phenomenal living here for any of you who've ever visited Colorado. But our roots come from, I'm from New York, Julian's from London, and we commonly just loved architecture. I mean, that was our passion, even though we started our careers as engineers. Everything's always been about our passion for architecture. So over 20 years ago, founded Studio NYL with the logic of, honestly just working in Colorado, bringing our insights from around the world to Colorado. And over the years, we got really fortunate and won some really outstanding projects around the world, Mexico City, New York, Boston. We've now worked on 5 continents. It's really been remarkable, the response we've gotten to our approach to design. And we've just been blessed to do so many great projects.
So Julian, what is it that brought you to Lerch Banks?
I think the combination of, as Chris said, is the projects we were working on. We ended up teaming with Lerch Banks on various projects and basically try to service the clients always in terms of the best that we could do for design. Lerch Banks is renowned for worldwide design in vertical transportation facade access. We have a reputation for structural engineering and facade design. And it's the opportunity really to offer all those services across the nation and globally to Lerch Banks' clients and to Studio NYL's clients. So there's this holistic gathering of how we approach design and can best serve architects.
And the synergy made a lot of sense because we want to be doing the best buildings in the world with the best architects in the world. And once again, we love architecture. And so when we started, collaborating with Lerch Banks, in other disciplines, we saw that, we got a company that's the best in the world at elevators, best in the world at facade access. And if we want to be best in the world, it makes a lot of sense. And now we have, a sheer pool of talent to help us. There's over 100 PEs in the firm to service the structural side. There's over 120 facade designers with all different specialties, real diverse talent that we can now deploy for our architects.
So from a Lerch Banks perspective, we are truly the best in the world. We do. And when we were looking for a partner to bring enclosure, design, and structure to Lerch Banks, we wanted to find a firm that was also best in the world at Studio NYL. And we're excited to have it. What makes this great for Lerch Banks clients is we now have a well-rounded offering that includes our traditional vertical transportation consulting, facade access consulting. We do building logistics consulting, which is the movement of material vertically and horizontally within the building. We have grown to now include pedestrian circulation modeling and parking consulting. But what makes these offerings different is that we apply different technology to these services. With parking consulting, there's parking structure, there's parking consulting itself, but we can now model the movement of people and cars within the parking structure itself, which is very exciting for us. And now with the addition of Studio NYL, where they are doing some exciting things in building enclosure design and with structure, it really rounds out our offering and it brings something new to our clients.
And some of the stuff you've been doing with the modeling just feeds into what we do computationally, like some of the stuff we use on like SoFi Stadium, and just being able to advance design quickly through computational models is exactly what you guys have been doing for years with the PedCirc and the model you referenced in the park. And
I think that helps with the, the offering we can give architects, because that plays on what we've been doing, as Chris mentioned, is the parametric modeling, the number of options we can look at for architects very early on in design, bringing that offering together early in the whole design process. That really helps.
I know our clients are excited about this marriage and coming together as Studio LB. How do your clients feel about it? What is the feedback that you've got?
I mean, one of the things for us, I think that's biggest is, we traditionally were in, Denver, Boston, Minneapolis, Colorado Springs. And, there we react fast. We can get the site quickly. Now we got offices all over the country with people with complementary talent. So like when I'm bidding a project in Florida, I'm servicing it with field personnel in Florida. So it changes that dynamic quite a bit. We also, as every design project has, deadlines start to stack up, and with multiple projects, occasionally they align. We have so much deeper of a bench now of talent that we can deploy on these projects. So we don't get the ebbs and flows like we used to of these deadline crunches, because we have so much more talent at our disposal. It's really kind of exciting.
I think it also expands our reach as well to your clients in terms of not just nationally, but globally. I mean, we've done the international work over the years, and having the opportunity to expand that as well is something that really not just appeals to us, but it's something where we can bring our global talents to the table to architects.
Yeah, I can't tell you how excited we are to now have structure as part of our operating. You head that group up, and you're working on not just commercial buildings, but you're also involved with mass timber, things like that have not historically been in the Lerch Bates realm of service.
Yeah, that feeds into how Studio NYL, as Chris mentioned, we've been doing this for 20 years, but we've always been really interested in research and development, not necessarily in-house, but partnering with fabricators and other people that have the expertise, so that we can draw the talent from them and the expertise from them and put it back into our projects. So yes, in the mass timber realm, but also parametrically, we're looking at different ways that we can use, as an example, of bendable wood. I mean, just all this new technology, we want to be in front so we can understand that, so we can then take it to our architects and say, look at this option, or look at this option. That's how we do things. That's how we've always been. So yeah.
We're very excited about Studio LB. I mean, from our humble beginnings in Chicago in 1947, when Charlie Lerch decided, or he saw a need for elevator consulting, we have grown to over 500 people in North America and also around the world. And we offer more than just vertical transportation. Again, it's façade access consulting, it's building logistics, it's pedestrian circulation modeling, parking consulting, and now enclosure design and structure.
And I think what's exciting about what we're doing here at Studio LB is, as the industry is constantly evolving, the demands of the buildings technologically is so much more intense and needs so much more specialization. And so what we're really evolving this to is to better serve architects, to bring this collaboration earlier in the process, so that we can affect good decisions, good changes in the design to get it to achieve the initial vision, hit the budget, hit the performance goals, hit all the parameters that encumber our designs, but doing it collaboratively early. Julian mentioned options. Maybe occasionally we come up with almost too many options. It's like we love that process. And I've often said sometimes some of the things we come up with they're going to hate, and some of them they're going to love. And that feedback loop is something that we're bringing to all the design disciplines, because you've been doing it forever. It's just, we're really just refocusing it more with the Studio LB to focus on the architects and what they need most, especially early in the design, but also through construction.
And I think what you touched on, Chris, is great, because we always talk about appropriate solutions. We also talk about aspirational design, and aspirational design doesn't always mean just look at me architecture, but it can be high technology, high performance design.
Civic good.
Yeah, civic good. Projects are good. I mean, it's great. That sort of really plays into what we do best, and we can now expand it.
So at Lerch Bates, we really pride ourselves on the work that we have done. We have worked on some of the most iconic buildings in the world with some of the best and brightest architects on the planet. And we have brought unique technical solutions to those projects. And now with Studio NYL and the culmination of coming together and creating Studio LB, we're able to do that even on a bigger and broader scale.
Yes, you can.
So
We're very excited where this takes us.
we are too. Thank you, everybody.